In this world where we have all this modern technology and we have amazing cameras, Sony a7 IIIs, iPhone 13s, iPhone 14s, iPhone 15s, in this world with such modern technology, a lot of people are like, why in the world would I then go back and get myself a film camera and photograph on film, or why would I book a photographer who is shooting on film? That is such a valid point. Absolutely, my friend. Film is not meant to be efficient. There is a reason why technology has evolved, and that's something that we can be so thankful for, because at the end of the day, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have my iPhone or everything in one place, my computer, my Mac. Nonetheless, I find myself still tending towards analog things because it just gives a sense of nostalgia. And that's what I want to talk about in today's video, because I obviously am a photographer, I'm a wedding photographer, and I really want to share with you why I think that film is still important, why I think that we should not stop photographing things on film, specifically weddings. Most photographers pretty much just do digital. That is something that is obviously the most sustainable, the fastest way to get your images. You can take many images. Recently I took 8,000 photos at a wedding because I can't seem to stop myself. Most photographers do that. However, there has been a rise and a revival of film. I'm also part of it. I have 3 of my own film cameras and I use them often, and I just love the results that come from photographing on film. So today I just want to bring a few points of why I think film is still relevant in 2023, and why you as a couple or as a client should book a film package as well, and why you as a photographer should perhaps start thinking about using film. Number 1. Film photography has such a unique aesthetic, and it's something that just can't be replicated by digital photography. The film feel and this grainy feel and the color and the texture that you get from film is just something that is unmatched by digital. Even if you photograph on digital and add in grain and post and add in blur or light leaks or whatever it is, there's nothing that can really compare to this aesthetic of film. And that is why film has become such a big thing, because people just love the aesthetic. It is something that feels a little bit more tangible than digital. In this world of high quality, high resolution, HDR, 4K, there's something so special about having this texture. How else would you describe it? Life has texture. Life is not HD. Things don't always look super crisp. We have so many different textures in life, and I feel like that's something that can be seen better in film. It's so hard to describe. But like I said, the grain and the color and the texture of film creates such a distinct look that I just absolutely love, and I'm still obsessed with and still absolutely love to do, and so many artists also still love to do. Number 2, tangibility. Like I said, it feels like something you can grasp, and having film photography feels so tangible. It's something that you can get printed, or you have to get printed, or you used to have to just get printed. You couldn't put it on a digital medium, and you just have something that you can hold on to, and it can be held and displayed and provides a tangible record of a moment in time. It really helps people to appreciate the art of photography in such an instant world. We have everything at our fingertips, and I feel like having film is such a good way of remembering that things take time, art takes time, things take patience. Having a photographer capture your most special moments on film is such an incredibly beautiful, long-lasting thing. It's very special in such a fast-paced world. And then of course you also have the anticipation of waiting for the film to get back. I know obviously some people hate that, and we always want to see the images straight away, but there's something so special about having a set of photos that you don't actually know how they turned out, and having to wait for them, and then seeing them and being absolutely in love with them, and the anticipation builds a sense of expectation that just makes you more excited for the film. And even then, if the pictures don't turn out perfect, you still have a sense of excitement and expectation from waiting. Number 3, skill development. Having film as your package enables your photographer to be more creative and learn about the true origins of photography while they're shooting your day, while they're doing your photos. Not only are you communicating to them that you have entirely put your trust in their skill as a photographer, you're also telling them that you believe in their work and you understand that you're not ordering a one-size-fits-all deal. Every photographer is unique. Every single photographer can bring something to the table. And in letting them photograph on film is actually letting them know they are seen as who they are as an artist, as well as a provider of service. Number 4, nostalgia. It's a favorite word of ours these days. We love that nostalgic feeling, and this feeling of nostalgia will never ever go away. Grain in the images and occasionally blurry or slightly out of focus or light leaking photos evoke a feeling of nostalgia and ultimately connection to the past. Film images often have a deep sense of warmth connected to them, and it helps people connect to a moment that has already passed in such a more personal way. Number 5, limited images. Because each film only handles up to 36 exposures, when you receive your analog wedding photos or whatever you've ordered on analog, you know that there won't be a large amount of photos. Knowing this also helps couples and clients to understand that photography is a form of art, and they see you in a totally different way, and they will also take you more seriously. It's not all about the consumerist mentality and taking thousands of photos, but more about appreciating what you get, and like we all say, sometimes it's true, less is more. Oftentimes also, as a side note, people often ask me, how on earth are your couple then going to be able to decide from 600 photos that you've sent them, 600 edited photos, which photos they're going to put in albums, which ones are they going to post on Instagram? And it is a big question. These days we deliver so many pictures to our clients, and remembering that less is more is actually something that also helps them to see that you're actually working really hard on what you're doing. It's not just a delivery of iPhone photos, for example. You're really working really hard to curate the images, to edit, to sort through them, to edit them. And the same goes for film. You're working hard to buy the film. You're spending your hard-earned money on buying film and the development and the digitization. And then you're waiting, and even just in the photography process, you're adding so much more attention to detail to every single shot because you know that you only have 36 images. And the last one, number 6, historical significance. You get to have photos of your day that resembles how every single person in the world used to get their photos before the 21st century. Even at the start of the 21st century, people were still photographing on film. It was only around 2005, 2006, around that time, that people actually started using DSLR cameras and digital forms of photography. So you get to share with your couple something that has a historical connection or a significance to what they saw as a child, which pictures they were looking at in photo albums from a young age, how their parents got married, how their grandparents got married, memories that were taken on film, on holiday, whatever it might be. They get their own version of that by having film in their wedding package. The best thing really is hybrid, because you have the digital images and you don't run the risk of, having all of your images ruined. If you only shoot on film, that is a much higher risk. So if you do book someone and you only want them to shoot film, you have to be okay with the fact that photos might be blurry or have a light leak, the film might get completely ruined. Back in the day, that was the only way that it was, and I've heard many stories of couples who had a photographer and the heads got cut off of all the images and you couldn't do anything because you had one camera, 2 films, that was it, and there was no way of recreating or saving or salvaging anything. So I really think hybrid, having digital and film in your wedding package, is something that is so fun. And there's another thing as well that a lot of couples do now. They get a digital video, they get normal videographers to come in and shoot their day, but they also get 8mm film, or they get someone to walk around with a camcorder or something that is on an older format. That is just so fun, and I love it so much. It really truly is the best thing that we get to live in this time. We have access to all of these photos. We have digital and we have analog, and we can explore the old formats of photography and the old mediums to our heart's content without completely running the risk of losing all our money, because obviously we have digital and we can still provide a service that we know how to do on digital. If you're watching this and you are a couple who is considering getting film photos on your wedding day, first of all, I'm here, so please send an inquiry on my website, ChristinaWatkinsPhotos.com. And second of all, do it, just do it. It's a little bit extra money, but it's so worth it. And every single couple that I've photographed on film have said that they absolutely love the images. They're so obsessed with them. Without further ado, let me just show you another slideshow of all the film images that I have captured in the last year or so at weddings. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what else I should talk about, whether it's things about cameras or weddings or photography or anything else. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and also click the notification bell so that you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching.